Hey guys, it's Chris. I'm going to do a kind of combination video today. It's going to be some whips, new starts, which are the whips, some happy mail, and some stash acquisition, which I have to put a stop to because I went a little crazy. But right now, Cross Stitch and Discuss 2, which is a Facebook group, which a lot of you guys are in or know about, they're having a Christmas challenge where if you stitch a Christmas chart and you complete it by, I believe it's December 24th, then your name gets entered in a drawing to win some fun stuff. So I love Doctor Who, and I had seen someone post this quite a while ago on Facebook that they had stitched this, and I loved it. So I found it on an Etsy shop and I went ahead and ordered it. I think it's just called Christmas TARDIS. And all I have left to do, I just have to fill in the rest of the blue. I think this is black, there's some snow, and that's all there is to it. So it's stitching up pretty quickly. I don't stitch really fast compared to some of you guys, but so hopefully I'll get it done in time and I'll be able to be entered in the fun drawing. The other thing, my other new start, is for the Heaven and Earth design stitch along, also on Cross Stitch and Discuss. I'm stitching Mini Space Traveler because, as we just said, I love my Doctor Who. So this is the mini, so it's not quite as big as the full size, but it's pretty big. And I had a little mishap. I meant to stitch this on 18 count Aida. I ordered some Magic Guide Aida and Magic Guide Even Weave from so-and-so months ago. They don't sell it in the US, so I had to order it. I can't grid. I mean, I could grid, but it's so time consuming and I don't have a lot of time to stitch as it is. So between the not having time and general laziness, I would rather spend my time stitching than gridding. But for something like this, I knew I needed to have it gridded, just for the sheer amount of work that's going to be involved in it. So I meant to stitch this on 18 count. I was going to stitch one of the full sizes I had ordered on the 25 count. So I got out my Aida on December 1st in the morning and I measured it, and I double measured it, and I triple measured it, and then I added 3 inches, I think it was, all the way around for my border. And then I measured it again, and I measured it again, and then I think I measured it one more time just to make sure. And then I cut the fabric. And then I grabbed my Q-snap and I went to put it on my Q-snap so that the upper left corner was accessible. Guess what? I got too much fabric off. I couldn't work with it on the Q-snap like that. So I was a little distraught and dismayed. I didn't know what to do. I was kind of sleep deprived. I had just started vacation and my sleep was all screwed up. And so I grabbed the 25 count and thought, well, let's give the 25 count a go. So this is the 25 count. And I decided to stitch, see if that'll focus, 2 over 1 on 25 count, 10 stitch. So this is about 5 colors, I believe. I can't park. I just can't do it. I tried. It's not going to happen for me. My mind just does not work that way. I cross-country stitch and I'm fine with that. But this tiny amount of work took, I mean, it's not even as big as my thumbnail, 3 hours. And I was miserable. It wasn't a not being able to see it thing, that it was too tiny. It was that there was just no room. It was so bulky. And that was just a 10 stitch. So I asked my mom where her sewing machine was, because she'd wanted to do some sewing anyway. I think your dad put it in the basement, in the furnace room, which it's an unfinished part of the basement, cement blocks, cement walls. the furnace is in there. His workbench that he hasn't used in 30 years is in there. Things like that. Spider webs are in there. So I'm looking for it and I can't find it. And I'm getting upset. And it's like, I have to sew this back together. So we finally find it. Well, part of it. Couldn't find the power cord. Luckily it was in a case, but it still needed to be cleaned up. She couldn't remember how to wind a bobbin. It had been so long. And she's a seamstress. She couldn't remember how to wind the bobbin on the machine. Finally got it working. I sewed the excess fabric that I'd cut off back onto my, oops, that doesn't go there, back onto my 18 count Aida. And oh my gosh, you guys, huge difference. This is about, I worked on it a total of three sittings, probably 2-3 hours each time. So this is 18 count Magic Guide Aida. There are, again, a lot of colors in there. It's a lot of confetti at this point. I did hit a nice solid run of black there, but it's black and it's blue black and it's green black and very dark gray, and so the colors are really similar. And I did enjoy stitching it once I got onto the right fabric. So that is it for my works in progress. And then I kind of went a little crazy Black Friday shopping. I have a Lowry stand, as you guys know, and Amanda, Mrs. Milky Bar Kid, did a great video on her Lowry stand. But I needed a little bit of extra room, and they sell these extension arms, and I'll put a picture in. I'll try to insert that here. And what it does is it just lets you move your Q-snap further over so you can access parts of it more easily. So I wanted to order that, and I thought, well, they don't have Black Friday in England because they don't have Thanksgiving in England. It's an American thing and a Canadian thing. And but I went on the website for so-and-so, and they actually were having a Black Friday sale. It kind of cracked me up. So I ordered one. And then to make it worthwhile for my shipping, I had been eyeing these gorgeous girl kits for quite a while, and I watched Emily stitch up Puddles of Love, and I fell in love with it, and I wanted it, but I just couldn't justify. I think they were like $38 or something crazy, and that might have been pounds, not dollars. I'm not sure. That's a lot of money for a kit. I mean, they're nice kits. You know, the stuff's very beautifully packaged. It's nice fabric. But yeah, it's a lot of money. So I looked on the website, and the gorgeous girl kits were on sale. And then there was 15% off for Black Friday. So I picked up two while they were on sale. I got Puddles of Love, and I got I Gave You My Heart. I don't have little girls. I don't have any kids, but I don't have any little girls. But one of my cousins has 2 little girls, and I may stitch these and give those to them. But I just think they're adorable. And then I didn't go out shopping on Black Friday because I'm over that craziness. But I did order some things online. The other thing I got online was the Lizzie Kate Things Unseen Mystery Sampler. And I kind of fell in love with Lizzie Kate when I stitched my mother's Christmas gift. So I don't think I can show you this. I've seen it stitched. They actually had it at my local needlework shop. It's beautiful. So I went ahead and ordered this from an Etsy shop. Not sure the name. I kind of did some comparative price shopping. They were a little more expensive, just a little more expensive than Crazy Annie's. But I had heard some people were having trouble getting some stuff on time from her, so I went ahead and I ordered from this Etsy shop. And I had no sooner placed the order. It was on Black Friday. It was before 5. It was around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe. And within 5 minutes, she had messaged me to verify the count of fabric I wanted. And she said, okay, I'm on my way to the post office, and I got it Monday. I couldn't believe how quickly it came. Not that I have time to stitch it right now. I'm not quite sure when I'll get to it, but this, I think Christy actually showed this in her last video, so I won't go through all of it or anything. But it had, I thought I was just getting part 1 of the pattern, the flosses, which is all Weeks Dye Works, and a little embellishment kit. Excuse me. Can we open this? Okay. Or not. So this is, I may have stitched this on one of my hand dyes. This is what it came with. It is a cashel linen. I believe it's in Ren, which is really pretty. That's what the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery Mysterious Halloween Town was stitched on. Ren's a pretty color. There's the Weeks Dye Works. But like I said, I'm not going to pull these all out. But it's a very pretty color palette. And some buttons. So I thought that was all I was getting. But then a couple days ago, part 2 arrived. So apparently I'm getting all 3 parts for the price I paid, which is great because I thought it was going to be another anywhere from $14 to $18 depending on where you ordered it from. So part 2 came with a piece of, I don't know, what's this called? Rickrack? Riffraff? Rickrack? It came with that and an extra pattern for a cute little pincushion. So there was that. And then I went to my local needlework store. I was out running some errands. Actually, I went to get my hair cut. And I was out doing some things. I realized I had forgotten 11 colors for my head sal. So I had to go to Michael's. And I also stopped at my local needlework shop. And I never really had much luck there in the past. But I thought, I'll stop in and I'll see what they have. And they had a bunch of Lizzie Kates. No sales, unfortunately. But this is called Busy as a Bee, My Needle and Me. So I thought that was cute. Again, I don't know if I'll stitch it on this, but I figured I could use the linen for something else. I may actually use it for Christmas ornaments. I picked up some of the Weeks Dye Works that it called for. I have some left over from my other chart that I did that I'm sure I have enough of, so I just didn't put them in there yet. I also picked up a couple other Weeks Dye Works. The only reason I got this one is because it's called Lancaster Red. And it's actually coming up the same color as my ottoman, which it is not that color at all. It is, let's see if it, no, it's still not coming up. It is like a true cardinal ruby-ish red. But since I live in Lancaster, and it's called Lancaster Red, I had to get that. And as I was leaving, she said, oh, hey, there's a new Weeks Dye Works color. For Christmas, it's called Noel. So I picked that up as well. And I just think that's really pretty, too. She had something stitched up with that. And I thought maybe I could use that on some ornaments. I've never made ornaments, but I would like to. I'm not going to get to it till after Christmas, but I just thought it was pretty. So I picked that up. And, oh, she had a lot of specialty threads. She had some Petite Treasure braids and things by the same company. I just kind of, I'm thinking about putting the snow on my Christmas TARDIS. Rather than using Chronic, I may try one of these. But she said they all stitch up really beautifully. So we'll see. But I thought those were nice too. Then I went to Michael's to get the DMC that I needed. And I had a 50% off coupon for something that was regular priced. So I picked up Aurora Cabin. This is going to be my New Year, New Start piece for, again, cross stitch and discuss too. I've wanted this for a really long time, and I have watched Poppy stitch this with blazing needles. She's been posting her, or had been posting her progress as she stitched. And I'd always liked the piece, but I really fell in love with it. And I'm at Michael's, and I go to the cross stitch section, and they have some dimensions kits. And it's like, okay, there's, oh, that's pretty. Oh, I like that one. Where's Aurora Cabin? And I look, and I see Aurora Cabin, and it's empty. It's like, well, darn it. So I kind of looked down the shelving, you know, and I got to the bottom and I moved some stuff aside because I thought I saw something wedged back, kind of stuck in the corner at the bottom. And I was like, that sky looks familiar. That looks like Aurora Cabin. And like I said, I moved some things, and I think somebody was probably trying to hide it so they could come back and buy it. But I saw it, and it's mine now, and at 50% off. So I might feel a little bit bad, but that's kind of yeah, you shouldn't hide things. So then I got some Happy Mail. This was, oh, I also picked up a needle threader. And I figured, from what I've heard, I would need one with trying to thread 6 strands. Never had much luck with the cheapy ones, so I got one of the nicer-ish ones. So we'll see how that goes. Aurora Cabin's trying to fall. Okay. So then I got some Happy Mail. A while ago, I had ordered this pattern from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. It's Christmas Celebration Sampler. It looks a little jinky. I think my printer may need ink. But it's, you know, it's your typical Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery cuteness. I think their stuff is adorable. So I often don't have time to get out. The only reason I had time to go out and do any of this shopping was because I was on vacation. So I do order a lot of things online. And I ordered this kitted up from the Cottage Needle, who I've used before. They're an Etsy shop. And their stuff is always really beautifully packaged. It takes them a little while to get it to you, but they let you know how long shipping is going to take, so I'm fine with it. So here's the fabric. It's a Cassia linen opalescent 28 count. I think it's called gingerbread, maybe? Something like that. It looks like gingerbread. It's really pretty. And it came with all the floss. My bag is tearing. It's not good. So it came with all the floss, and it had 3 skeins of this Week's Dye Works, and I thought, hey, Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery and Cottage Needle, you're ripping me off. Hand-dyed white? What the heck? So this is called Snowflake, and when you take a really good look at it, let's see if I can zoom in enough, you can see it's actually got some kind of minty, bluey, pinky, yellowish strands in it, so it's actually really very pretty. So there's that, and they've always sent DMC floss before with their kits, but they sent, it's called Cosmo. Never stitched with it before. It feels really silky, and it has, I think it has the corresponding DMC numbers on them. Let's see. No, 50, that's not 503 DMC. So it must be the Cosmo number. But if anybody has stitched with it, let me know what you think. I'll give it a try and see. It feels nice, so hopefully that'll work out okay. And then my other Happy Mail was from Steph at Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie. She was having a sale over Thanksgiving as well. I was up at midnight because I'm always up at midnight, working night shift. So I'll just real quickly show you what I bought. I won't even unfold them. I'll spare you guys. This is, and I got smaller pieces. These are all, except for the last one, 13 by 18. This is 28 count Cassia linen and Santa suit. Very bright Christmassy red. And these are probably this and this one. This is called Celtic Christmas. These will be for ornaments, I think. And that, whoa, that is not right. That is not what that looks like at all. It's actually like a true foresty, emerald, piney green. That's way, way, way blue. Much prettier in person. This is called, this is also a Cassia linen. This is called Stardust. I thought I ordered that in opal too, but I did not, so that was my mistake. I think it's really pretty. It's got some mottled blues and greens and pinks and yellows. It's pretty. This is a 28 count Jobelin. It's called Storm. And it's got some grays, purpley, greeny, yellowy prettiness. And then this I actually had in mind for something when I bought it. This is also a 28 count Jobelan. It's called Nantucket Sky. Gorgeous. Looks like a sky. And I have had this Teresa Wensler kit forever and ever. And I really, really love it. And I want to work on it. I want to start it. And see how this ship, you know, this is all open and you kind of stitch in some clouds. And I always thought, looking at it, how neat that would look if it was actually, and this was before hand-dyed fabrics really came into being, because I've had this for years and years and years. How neat would that be if the material looked like the sky already? So this is my plan, to stitch this on that. Again, I don't know. We'll see how that turns out. I would like to stitch that this year. I really love this piece. So that may be one of my 2015 goals. I haven't done that video yet. I will. I can do a quick rundown now. Obviously, I'm doing Aurora Cabin because it's the New Year, New Start. I'm doing Persephone for the Mirabilia Sal, and that is all kitted up and ready to go. I haven't quite decided on the fabric. I've had it narrowed down to 2, maybe 3. And, you know, I just need to kind of look at it and think about it a little bit. I have my head that I'm working on for the rest of the year. Oh, and I also bought, one last thing, bought a little portable, I don't know if you really need to see that, a little portable light. I have realized that I can stitch at work if I can see. The light there, it's not great. In the control room where we're sitting, you've got computer screens glaring at you, and it gets, I don't know, sometimes it's just too busy. The acuity of our patients is often not very good, so we don't have time to do anything. And then you have nights like last night where my one patient slept till midnight, and then he woke up and he didn't sleep at all the rest of the night. And when my patients aren't sleeping, I don't have anything to do. My other patient was one of those patients who I'm not quite sure why she was there. She didn't snore, she didn't have apneas, she slept great, didn't wake up, so she was kind of boring to watch. So I actually had time to sit and stitch, and with my light, I was able to pull out my Christmas TARDIS and work on that. So I'm thinking I'm going to start taking a smaller chart like that to work with me, and if I get to work on it, great, and if I don't, I don't. I don't think these bigger ones would be feasible to take to work with me. But I'm going to have to do a rotation. It's inevitable. I'm not sure how I'm going to work that out. It's going to be a weekly rotation maybe, or one on Friday, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. I don't really know. But I'm going to have to if I want to start getting anything accomplished. Considering that I only started stitching again in, what was it, June? I have 3 finishes. I don't think that's too bad. 1, 2, 2 finishes. 2 finishes, soon to be 3 finishes. So I don't think that's too bad. I've got a lot of starts. I made a lot of new starts and kind of put them aside. It's amazing how quickly your taste can change. Just since I started stitching again, my tastes have changed. So, anyway, I kind of went off track there, but I worked all night, and then I've been up a really long time, so I need to go to bed. But I hope everybody is having a really great stitchy day. I'm going to go to sleep, and then hopefully I can get up and do some stitching myself. If I don't see you guys before the holidays, have great time with your family and your friends, and I want to thank everybody who subscribes. I know I'm not Aish, and I'm not Amanda, and I'm not Mackenzie, you know, I'm not very charismatic, and my videos are a little bit boring, and, you know, they're just kind of pointed at what I'm showing you. I can show you what I'm looking at, kind of in my family room. That's my little baker's rack that I didn't want in here. There's my basket with my kits in it, TV, you know, so it's not very exciting in here. So there's really not much to show you except what I'm looking at. But anyway, have a great day, have great holidays, and I'll see you guys later.